When WWE first revealed that they would be doing a documentary on Cody Rhodes, I quite honestly felt that it was going to be a big letdown. I went into it with this mentality that it was probably going to suck, and rightfully so. Most documentaries from WWE are filled with revised history, and it really just shows that WWE at times is willing to change the narrative of their own stories when it doesn't benefit them. But if you fast forward to the release of Becoming Cody Rhodes on Peacock, then you would know that there was a different feel to this documentary than most. There was a level of transparency and authenticity that I did not expect from WWE. This documentary showed a lot about the evolution of Cody Rhodes, and that in its own is already a very interesting story. But on top of that, if you watch this documentary, you see that WWE did not shy away from featuring highlights from Cody being part of the foundation of AEW. They show highlights of Cody in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They actually showed Cody's journey from becoming Dusty's son to dashing Cody Rhodes to Stardust. And then it shows when he goes on this adventure outside of the WWE that honestly I just thought was a really good depiction of what happened, because I was there covering it in real time on my main channel. WWE did not shy away from showing the Young Bucks. They did not shy away from talking about All In, and they even showed Cody Rhodes in AEW. It was very clear that WWE presented Cody Rhodes as one of the founding fathers of AEW, and the reality is he was a very big integral part of it. Now, that doesn't mean Tony Khan wasn't, because obviously Tony Khan came in with the financing and with some ideas, but that was absolutely required and absolutely imperative for AEW to be successful. Triple H even made a jab at AEW, calling them a secondary promotion, and I don't even know if I would consider it a jab, because I don't think there is anything factually wrong with that statement. But of course, the IWC is in a huge uproar on social media because of it. But here's the reality. In other documentaries, WWE would have been very good at revising history. WWE would have been very good at ignoring a lot of things, and on top of that, a lot of details would be missing. In this case, WWE made sure to highlight all of these important pieces because they are important. It's actually really important when telling the story of Cody Rhodes, because the reality is, despite Cody having some success in the WWE before, the Cody Rhodes that you see today on television is really because of the evolution of his own career. And I love the fact that WWE didn't stray away from that. Now, the reality is this: WWE has become a very, very hot product these days. And on social media, we all like to joke and call the Bloodline storyline cinema, right? We do that all the time. Bloodline storylines going on, we call it cinema. The memes are flying everywhere. But in reality, I was watching this Cody Rhodes documentary and I truly felt this was cinema. If you have never bought into the idea of Cody Rhodes being a top guy in professional wrestling, then maybe this documentary will change your mind. Now, I always believed in Cody Rhodes. I believed in Cody Rhodes prior to him leaving WWE. Hell, I even tried to make excuses as to why the Stardust character could be good. But then WWE went the comedy route with the character, and then obviously I knew I was wrong. And Cody Rhodes talks about this in the documentary. He cannot be who he is today. All of these things would not work. The American Nightmare would not work if he didn't go on to leave WWE. And the funny thing is, I've realized this while watching Cody Rhodes outside of WWE. But watching Cody Rhodes in WWE sparked something in me that I think I've known for a long time. And it's the fact that Cody Rhodes truly is the elite guy in professional wrestling. Now, Roman Reigns has done a really good job of being a heel. The Bloodline storyline is my favorite storyline in professional wrestling history, and I understand why that bothers some people, but this has been 3 years of little details and everything that matters. But ultimately, I look at the Roman Reigns storyline, and I look at the Bloodline, and I look at everything they've achieved, and then I look at Cody Rhodes. And this documentary positioned Cody Rhodes as the guy to dethrone Roman Reigns. If WWE does not have this plan for WrestleMania 40, then I don't know what the hell WWE is doing, because while I love to call the Bloodline storyline cinema, Cody Rhodes is showing us in real time that he is the guy. But the thing that actually makes this so interesting to me is that a lot of people feel that whoever dethrones Roman Reigns needs to be this up-and-comer. And don't get me wrong, in the past, I actually used to feel the same way. But then I've realized WWE has been doing a lot of long-term storytelling, and there are tons of guys in NXT who could eventually become the face of WWE. Now, as WWE continues to build up the equity of Cody Rhodes, I actually think in the long term, whoever defeats Cody Rhodes will end up becoming the guy. See, Roman Reigns could eventually turn into a babyface. He could be heel. He could be a part-timer. But for as long as Cody Rhodes is working WWE full-time, it's important that WWE understands that Cody Rhodes is legitimately the guy that you should want to face off against in the main event of WrestleMania. And when you look forward to WrestleMania 41 or 42, I'm hoping that WWE already has guys in mind that they could eventually put in that position to dethrone the ultimate babyface, because that's what it is. Cody Rhodes is the ultimate babyface, and WWE did a really good job of positioning him as the ultimate babyface, not just in his return against Seth Rollins or even the Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins, but they've been able to maintain this idea all the way up until now. Despite losing to Roman Reigns, despite getting beat up by Brock Lesnar, it's become very apparent to me that Cody Rhodes is the gold standard in WWE. And that's exactly why I love this documentary, because for some people, they needed a reminder. And for some people who just simply don't know, I feel like they could watch this documentary and realize throughout the entire 2 hours of it that Cody Rhodes really is the guy. And I can only say that so many times, because if you watch the product, you know that Cody Rhodes is the guy. You know the way Cody Rhodes is being positioned is great, but there's something about the feeling that you get from watching Cody Rhodes losing to Roman Reigns, going up to Vince McMahon and asking for his approval, and just seeing Vince's reaction to it. There's something about that that resonates with you and makes you realize WWE knows what we know all the time. And the reason why people tend to forget this is because they get lost in the debate and the dialogue on social media, because you're always going to have people question booking decisions. And I always believe that Cody Rhodes should not be Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Yes, I was one of those content creators talking about adversity, and I truly believe that. And I don't care what other Twitter accounts out there that exist. They're not going to change my mind, because ultimately it's all part of the story. Now, if WWE decides to never give Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship, yeah, I'm going to look foolish as hell, but I stand firm with my words. You got to remember, WWE has been long-term planning a lot of things on their television show, and I think it's actually paying off for them in the long run. But wrestling fans are a little bit, impatient. They want things to happen right away. Trust me, I love the idea of Sami Zayn winning. I love the idea of Jey Uso winning. But that doesn't really do anything that sets up the future for WWE. And if you're going to have somebody beat Roman Reigns for the belt, you gotta go into that with the mentality of building your future. Anybody could beat Jey Uso. It's not gonna be as meaningful as beating Roman Reigns. Anybody could beat Sami Zayn. It won't feel as important as beating Roman Reigns. But once you get to that tier of Cody Rhodes and you beat Cody Rhodes, everything changes for that person. Because eventually, if Cody Rhodes does win the WWE Championship, he will have to lose the WWE Championship. And I feel like this documentary just did such a great job of highlighting so many things. And again, I'm going to talk about authenticity and transparency. It seems like WWE knows what we've known all along. Cody is their number one guy. We just got to get there. And we're going to get there when he finishes the story. So let's hope they do that.